This is Snake. Can you hear me? Good. The mission is simple. Put your geek pants on and infiltrate Foxhound. If you need backup, contact Ken and Chris on their codec frequency. Ready? Snake out.
Exactly.
Hey there, Geek Pantsers! How is everybody today?
It's a shark kind of week.
Sharknado, bitches!
Yeah. You thought this was Deep Blue Sea. No, it's Sharknado.
It's actually series. Sharknado 3.
Just the third.
The best of the bunch.
Is that the one Jericho was in?
I fucking have no clue.
I can't believe he was in one of those. Oh,
I can.
Man. I can, yeah. Actually, I can. I can, yeah.
To be fair, I think it was in order for him to do MacGruber, he had to do one of the Sharknado movies. I'm making this up because then at least it lends some credence to him being a good actor. But because he was in MacGruber, and
then he was just like, I'm gonna follow this out with Sharknado 3.
I don't know if it's actually Sharknado 3. I just wanted to.
He was one of them.
It was definitely
in one of them. He was like a roller coaster operator or some shit. And the shark lands on him.
Well, I mean, you know what? Like, I'd do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if it was like the shittiest Sharknado of all, like the absolute, like even in the title, they're like, "This is the worst Sharknado ever," and they're like, "Hey, you want to be in it? You could be killed by a shark." Like,
sure.
Yeah, I'll be in it.
Because it'd be a shitload of fun to make.
Well, yeah. Fuck, you get to tell people like I was in the shittiest Sharknado.
It's a pile of ass.
People are like, which one?
The shittiest Sharknado.
You know, the one that actually said it's the shittiest. Yeah. Oh, I haven't seen that one yet. You should. It's really shitty.
It's really bad.
It's so shitty.
Oh, man. So, yeah.
But yeah, all jokes aside, Deep Blue Sea.
Deepest, bluest.
The first of a trilogy.
Our heads, oh my God.
Yeah, that's right. They didn't just make 2.
I know. I watched 2 and 3.
Oh, you did?
I did it. I love Deep Blue Sea so much. I watched those garbage sequels.
I mentioned to Michelle, I said I almost mentioned to Kenneth that we should probably power through 2 and 3. And she said there's a third. And I said, yeah, I actually just found this out recently that there was a third. But the crazy part is that the third is a direct sequel to the second one.
Direct sequel, right off of it.
Although the second one is almost a shot-for-shot remake of the first with
yes, it is.
A cheaper budget.
Yeah.
Slightly tweaked story, but overall, it was the same thing. But except the sharks got away in the end.
Yeah.
So then it's a matter of hunting down the bull sharks and their babies.
The third was...
Was it a movie?
It was a movie. It was funny. You know what? It had that same Sharknado feel to it, where it's like, this is funny.
Yeah.
I
mean,
it shouldn't be a sequel to Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Because Deep Blue Sea is like the second best shark movie ever made.
Although the dialogue is pretty rough. That was the one thing that
in '98.
It was the one thing I noticed distinctly this time around, and I was like, I definitely remember it.
You think water moves fast? You should see ice.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's like, and then of course, because we were gluttons for punishment, it was. Let's look at the lyrics of seminal classic.
We should.
Deepest, bluest.
My hat is like a shark's fin.
Well, for the longest time, I was saying hand, and then when I watched the video,
I used to say head.
I was like, oh, it's head. He was saying head.
Yeah.
And then, of course, like I'm reading the lyrics, and they're fucking god awful. If I remember, we might go through them. But before we do that, we do have some other things to get to.
We got a couple topics.
And of course, there's a wrestling roundup at some point. But I do want to bring this up because I find this to be very, very interesting. And because you said this, like we talked about Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, and how it's just basically fallen off.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Well, first and foremost, I don't know who at Paramount. Maybe it was Tom Cruise. Like maybe Tom and Chris were like, no, we absolutely have to have this movie out on this date. Maybe they pushed too hard for it. Okay, but
I think there was nothing out that week, so they booked it.
But like,
and then they released it on the Tuesday to make that extra money before Barbenheimer.
But that's the other part too, where I'm just like, yeah, okay, but like, you knew Oppenheimer was going to be good.
Yep.
Like you knew it was going to be good, and for a budget of $100 million, there's no way it wasn't going to make money.
Yeah.
So this will make money. I don't think it's going to stay in the theater for too long because it's not the type of movie that's going to be there for like 6 to 8 months.
Fuck no. I don't think anything stays in the theater that long anymore.
What was it? Magnum? Was that 9 months in the theater?
Magnum?
Top Gun?
Oh. Yeah.
Maverick. I said Magnum. Maverick.
Magnum, yeah. Oh,
Magnum.
fuck. What were you doing before you came over?
just polishing my gun.
Yeah, hey, just like Maverick.
Yeah, just like Maverick. Anyway,
Maverick.
But Maverick, wasn't that like 9 months in the theater?
It had a really long run, but I think
it was 9.5 months. That's right.
It got pulled and then re-released, though, right?
No, it was 9 months straight through.
Okay.
9 months straight through. But but it was also one of those where like originally, it was going to be released, and then in 45 days it was going to be streaming, and Tom was like, "Fuck that shit," and forced them to push it to 3 months. But then, because it was performing so well, then they just kind of pushed it again. Well, we'll revisit this in 3 months.
Yeah, yeah.
And then finally, around the 9 month mark, they were like, "Okay, we can stream it now."
Yeah.
And I think that's one of those things where that's how they should be looking at it.
Raspor. Hello, fellow North living folks.
Hey.
What up, dude?
Woo! But yeah, but I go back to like when we were talking about Maverick though, and our predictions for Dead Reckoning. I never thought that Dead Reckoning was going to do $1 billion. I thought it was going to do more than better than Fallout, and it might get to $1 billion. But I was
Fallout was
sure,
almost 8. So I definitely thought it was going to.
I think it was like
it was hard to say because Fallout was fucking perfect, and Top Gun was massive last year.
Yeah.
So Tom Cruise had a couple good things to come off of, and then I never saw. You never saw this coming.
I know this.
We both said Barbenheimer will take number 1 and 2 for and then Mission Impossible will take it right back. But meanwhile, Mission Impossible's in 4th behind this Sound of Silence movie.
Well, the Sound of whatever I don't want to really talk about that because it's just it's a movie for an audience.
Yeah.
That's not us.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. And there was stuff I mentioned in the text. I'm just not going to repeat just because I don't have any it's all unfounded. But
it's just
pretty much.
It's
not my opinion. It's what I've heard enough times that I'd be willing to bet money on it, but I can't factually prove it, so there's no point in mentioning it.
Yeah.
Now, I did say I didn't think it was going to do $1 billion, but it would have been. But it would be close. Like it would do better than Fallout. And it would be like a profit, and everyone would be happy, blah blah blah.
Yeah. And
but I felt like, and I did say this because Maverick skewed older, for one. Now, I mean, people could say like Mission Impossible skews older.
Well, it could, right? Because
you could say that because of the TV show and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's also like
late film 90s. Has been around forever. Yeah.
Yeah, late 90s and stuff like that. But I feel like it never really skewed older until we started getting to because we grew up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same audience seeing this movie. So it wasn't until Ghost Protocol that it started to become more of everybody can watch this type of thing.
Right. Yeah.
And then, Rogue Nation, same thing. Everybody can watch this. And more people are coming back. And, and Macquarie showed up. And then, of course, Fallout was like pinnacle, the peak, right? Yep. But, I mean, you're at a peak, right? So you're going to have to, you can't peak and then just, there's a trajectory.
There is.
And I did, like I said in the text, I feel like a large part of it is obviously COVID budget, because COVID budget has been fucking the last batch of movies for the last little while because the pauses and then all this, because they're sitting on these movies, they can't make them, but there's there's money that they're burning through, right? So the delays and all that stuff, it all costs money. All those movies.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So that's a big part of that, which is funny because like they're saying like it's got to do at least another 300 million or 300 million for it to break even, right? So we were looking at the budget that they listed. It's 290, so they've cleared that. So I was like, oh, they're in the profit stage now. Like obviously not massive, but
I still don't understand how it costs 290. With so much practical effects, it shouldn't cost 290. Unless that budget includes part of the sequel as a two-parter.
I thought about that too because, like, I mean, they were originally shooting him at the same time.
Yeah.
So that could be part of it. I was thinking about this because I consumed everything Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning,
Of course you did.
right?
Yeah.
And in one of the motorbike jump scenes, right?
Yep.
Like they're like, yeah, he was jumping for like 6 months and doing this and like 6 months of him just training for that one scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
They used the first shot that he did. The first take that he did, they used that one. I was like, that's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
And then I was like, would that be part of the waste of money? Like, would you say that's a waste of money? 6 months of him just doing a jump?
Well, I mean,
when you could just CGI
that is a lot of money. Yeah, well, you can CGI.
No, but I mean, don't get me wrong.
That's part of the selling feature, though. I think it's just
that's what I was gonna say. I love these movies because they're more practical. Of that. And like, I'm not necessarily that hardcore where I need to see that it's Tom Cruise doing those stunts.
Yep.
But it definitely changes how I look at those scenes because I know it's Tom Cruise doing those stunts.
Exactly. There's no green screen there. That's him falling to his death.
You know, like yes, I know the underwater scene in Rogue Nation was green screen. I know that. Just like I know that large parts of the train sequence in Dead Reckoning was green screen.
Yep.
Okay? And I'm okay with that. Like, I don't want my actors to like die for their art, you know what I mean? Because I've been saying for the last little while now, I was like, I don't even like they don't even need to be ripped to play these characters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you can CGI a body on anybody now.
You could.
So
if you could de-age someone, you could give them abs.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so I mean they did that for fucking 300. They CGI'd abs on
exactly.
Dudes. So it's like it's not like
because I was
brand
like,
new
wow,
technology.
Gerard got ripped.
Oh no, Gerardo! He was one of the main.
So you see him do this, and his abs don't move.
No, the main guys, Gerard and one or two of the main part.
The main guys, they
those guys did it, but a lot of the background guys, I saw unless it was just a specific shot to show that Gerard was a real man,
mm-hmm.
and he really so they CGI'd him and then showed green screen on everyone else's bellies, and maybe, but anyway, I honestly, they should have either, like I said, moved it ahead a couple weeks or pushed it ahead after this. Yeah. Like at least after Oppenheimer. Because Barbie was going to have legs regardless. Whether or not it was a deep movie, or an actual movie with heart, which it really is.
Yeah.
It was Barbie. And you were going to get people that were Barbie fans. You're going to get people that go, oh, I don't want to see this fucking pile of shit, right? Mm-hmm. But it was going to have legs. I would not have said that it was going to do $1 billion.
Oh, but it's easily touching $1 billion.
The second I saw the trailer, I was like, "Oh, that's going to do good. That's going to do really."
It opened $40 million over estimates on the weekend.
It crushed The Dark Knight.
It's bringing in $20 to $25 million a day on weekday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
It's an event. People are dressing up.
It's insane.
They're using Barbie clothes.
It's insane.
Conservative men are exploding over this, with just
they're burning Barbies.
Hatred. Dude, there's a fucking movie about the guy that created the nuclear bomb. Yeah. You should be more angry about that. The fact that we're celebrating something that shouldn't even exist. Now, granted, it's not like they're making Oppenheimer look like a hero. They're definitely making him look like a bit of a piece of shit. But still, it's like that's the movie you should be angry at. Mm-hmm. But oh no, an affront to our masculinity. So of course this is crank up numbers even more.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I don't know.
So yeah, so good for them. Good for them.
I mean, really good for them. They're
good
making
for
tons.
It's bad for Mission Impossible, but it's good for the movies as a whole. Okay, like it sucks.
Well, because we touched on that because I was like, franchises are falling this year. They really are. Your top openers of the year are all brand new movies, non-existing franchises.
Didn't John Wick Chapter 4 do quite well enough to justify a totally unnecessary 5th movie? But also justify a spinoff. That's the highest earner of the franchise.
You look at Super Mario, though, and you look at Barbie, and yeah, they got fan bases built in.
Super Mario was one I knew right away.
Yeah.
Like when they were like, I don't know how it did $1 billion. I was like, I did.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer.
Super Mario.
I saw the trailer. And also, it's Super Mario.
Yeah.
Like, you want to talk about skewing older? There's no age limit for Mario.
No.
Okay?
No.
You got, like, what, 50-year-old men that grew up with Nintendo?
Yep.
Actually, you got, like, 67-year-old men that are still alive that actually
were playing
like,
Nintendo.
Adults, or, like, teenagers when they were playing Nintendo. So that group, you got the kids, the kids, right? Like, it's just an entire...
Kids.
4 generations of people that are like, it's me, I'm Mario. And you're like, no fucking shit. The only thing that would have tanked it was if it was a bad movie.
Right.
And even then, it still would have done really well because it was Mario, because of the branding.
Yeah.
But because it was also a really good... Have you seen it yet?
I still have not seen Mario.
Okay, so just so you know, it's a really good movie.
Oh, okay.
A really good story.
Just so you know, Mario dies at the end. Oh, what?
Well, yeah, but he had a free man, so...
That'd be... Oh, I'm still alive!
No, he's literally like, I thought I died. And it's
Yeah.
like, well, no, you had a 1-up. What's a 1-up?
That'd be great.
An extra life?
Mm-hmm.
So technically, can I never die? Well, it depends. If you get to the stairs and there's a toad, or a turtle, if you hit the shell enough times and rack up the points, eventually you get unlimited lives. And then most people are going, what the fuck is he talking about? But Google it. It's an old Nintendo trick to stack your lives. To get it to the point where the numbers don't even exist. They're symbols. I couldn't do it. I think I got to a point where I got like, I think the most I got was like 40 or 50 lives or something like that.
That's insane.
Doing that. But even then, that's insane.
Yeah.
But the game is fucking hard as hell. So I blinked and those lives were gone.
I never ever beat it.
No, me neither.
Came close to beating 3.
I came close to beating 3 as well.
Yeah.
I
also used a warp pipe through most of the game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like for Mission Impossible, it's disappointing. But ultimately, because the other one's like 80% in the can, it's not going to matter.
Yeah.
And also, because it's really just a prologue for part 2 anyway, it's not going to matter.
I think that might be some of it too. Like people, I don't think care for the 2-parters.
Well, I mean,
I know a lot of people were disappointed after the second Spider-Verse. They're like, "What?"
I didn't see it coming, so I was surprised. But then when you're like, "Well, the next one's coming out next year," like in a year or less than that, I was just like, "Oh, okay," but I had no clue.
At least with Dead Reckoning, they went part 1, so you know, okay, so there's another one.
Yeah, but it is still kind of. I think it's a double-edged sword, but. Okay, so here's another thing though. Across the Spider-Verse, in terms of story, it's better than Dead Reckoning.
Oh yeah. You're
a little hesitant, but it is.
No, because I'm thinking.
Okay. It's
really hard to compare the two.
The other part, and I noticed this when I was rewatching it. So I finally rewatched it.
Yeah.
And this time I was trying to like hate it. I was trying to like actively shit on it, pick it apart and stuff like that. And really, it sounds kind of funny, but it is actually just an inflated Fallout.
You're not wrong.
Like,
it's got pretty much the same beats.
Yeah. But I can't hate it though. I
can't hate it.
I tried really hard. I could tell you though, the runtime is inflated.
Yeah.
I was watching.
Did you feel it?
Yeah, second time around, I felt it.
Where? Like, what part of the movie did you start to feel it at?
Believe it or not, in a lot of the set pieces.
Really?
Yeah, like the Dubai scene. While I could cut a bunch in this, and then when I say cut, I mean like maybe half,
a bit,
like 30 seconds here.
Yeah.
Maybe 20 seconds here, right? So Dubai, I'd probably cut out maybe a minute and a half total, maybe, but not a lot because it does everything it needs to do. It's concise. For the people that haven't watched the movie, you get an idea of all three of these characters.
Mm-hmm.
You get a sense that they've done this before because they're all kind of like ha ha ha, joke, right? You also get wicked introduction to the entity, right? Even though you did get it in the subway scene at the beginning, but still, for them to introduce itself to the IMF team like that, it was awesome. And then, of course, the introduction of Grace, and then the task force assigned to actually actively hunt down Ethan. All of it perfect. So while I could shave about a minute and a half, I don't know that I would.
Yeah.
But the sequences now seem like they're just dragged out a bit too long. So in the car scene,
I knew, I felt it was long.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the fuck out of it.
It's an incredible scene.
While I was watching, I was like, "This is a little too long."
Yeah. So, and in both sections of the car chase scene, so in the initial one where they're in the one car, and she's driving, and then of course they switch over. I could probably cut about a full minute out of that one part there.
Yeah.
Just snippets here and there, but about a full minute, and then of course about a full minute in the smaller car.
Right.
Because it's not as long of a sequence, but it felt as long as a sequence. It's still incredibly crazy that they're driving this stuff. And and when he does the fucking backup into the tunnel, awesome. It's just fucking great. So it ends it perfectly. And then a train scene. I would cut out a full car. I would do the kitchen scene. I would cut out the next scene because the next one, and then right after that it's the piano.
Yep. Yeah.
Right.
See, I get so mixed up because I watched Indiana Jones the night before Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
And that had a long train scene. So
That's
my brain is going bouncing between the two, what scene is from what movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The other part I think that holds that it's the Ilsa death. It's the Ilsa death because people that like that character, it's still it takes it out of me.
Hopefully you've seen this movie.
If you haven't and you have not seen any of the spoilers that's been online since Tuesday of 2 weeks ago, then I'm sorry at this point. Good for you for having a life.
Yep.
I will not be negative. Good for you. But I am sorry for spoiling. Ilsa Faust dies.
Or does she?
She does.
Oh, you've turned it around.
I know, but I'll explain my answer in a minute. But
You're so optimistic.
I'll explain it in a minute. But it still takes me out of the movie a bit. It's still just
Yeah, I know. I totally know. It's my favorite character.
And it's it happens, but it's also their reasoning behind it because they say even McQuarrie's saying oh, but Ethan needed a reason to do this, and it's well, no, he fucking took the mission. He chose to accept it.
But
so why would he need?
You also told me that McQuarrie, when writing Ghost Protocol, said, "No, Ethan never loses."
Exactly. But now he's saying in the interviews, and this is one of the reasons I'm kind of switching, is now he's saying in interviews, well, she had to die to raise the stakes.
She didn't have to die. There's a bunch of other people in that fucking team that could have been.
They could have killed Grace.
Could have killed Grace.
They could have killed Benji.
Yeah.
They were smart enough not to kill Luther. I think Luther would have stopped the movie dead.
Oh, yeah.
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 But
he's an OG.
They didn't even have to kill her. They could have just wounded her. Right?
Right.
But the fact that they're tying it into the motivation, that irked me because it's it's Ethan Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't need anyone to die. He doesn't want anyone to die. That's the whole point. In fact, after Ghost Protocol, that's kind of the tweak with him where he wants to save everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't need a better reason to go after the entity.
Yeah.
Because he said to Kittredge, nobody should have that kind of power. I'm going to destroy it. That was his motivation.
Yeah.
Because in effect, he'd be saving everybody that would be damaged by that thing, right? But okay, so they give you that line about he needed that reason. It's also the retweaking of the IMF and Ethan's backstory.
Yeah.
Okay, some of them could be criminals, that's fine, but I don't like the idea of Ethan being a criminal, and then that he chose to accept. But I also don't like how they made it seem almost predatory. Well, you don't really have a lot of options. You either have a life of crime, jail, death or us. And then it's like, okay, but like, how long
Where
am I
you
in
can
it
get
for?
jail and death.
Yeah, like, do I serve a sentence? Like, does at some point does Benji get to go like, Ethan, I've had a great time, and you're one of my best friends, and Luther too. You're one of my best friends, but
I've been served.
I would like to have a family, and I'd like to raise some kids, and I'd like to settle down, and I'm past the point where I want to risk my life for the greater good, at least as far as I know right now.
Yeah.
Remember a couple of years ago, you took us a back seat, and you wanted to leave the IMF to have I want to do something similar. Is that okay? Like if they're all borderline criminals serving off a sentence? You know what I mean? Like, so I don't like that spin. I don't necessarily think that's one of the reasons why it's not performing as well. I think it's just partly the placement, partly the fact that it's a franchise. I think you're right. I think there's some element to that where it's just like, yeah, but I've seen it. And I've seen it all. Because even like the last Fast and the Furious didn't do as well.
Oh, that tanked hard. I think it just passed 100.
So it's
120 maybe.
Like Indiana Jones is not one of those ones where I'm like I'm not surprised it didn't do that well because it's Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
And it's not like I mean, fuck, the last movie didn't even do that well.
Which one? Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that made a ton of money.
Oh, never mind.
Made almost 400 million in North America alone.
Okay, so shut up, Chris. But like, I wasn't expecting that one to be a blockbuster smash.
Right, yeah.
And I don't think Paramount either was thinking it was because they did nothing to promote the movie.
Yeah.
And that's the other part. Paramount's promotion has been really weird the last little while. There wasn't a lot of promotion for Dungeons and Dragons.
No.
It was last minute.
No.
And honestly, had they showed me a trailer, a couple of teasers, a couple of months in advance, or even like 6 months in advance, I would have been like, oh, I'm definitely going to see that movie. Because I wasn't thinking about it until I saw the one trailer, and I was like, that looks like a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. That looks like a really good movie.
And it was amazing.
It was so good. I'm glad I saw that in the theater.
I thought it was going to bomb because I saw nothing. I was like, it's going to tank.
It did.
It did. But it was damn good.
This
is just showing between that and Mission Impossible that reviews mean nothing anymore.
Yeah, this one, and that's another thing too, because the critic and the audience score is through the roof, but like, and yet there's no traction on this. No, like word of mouth, I guess. Like, I don't know. But I will say, I loved it. I'm glad I saw it in the theater.
Me
I
too.
enjoy it. It's still one of the best of the series.
Mm-hmm.
It still holds its place right now. It's still in third place, but it's still in third place for a lot of the reasons.
Yep.
The runtime is bloated a bit. I would actually cut a couple of scenes where, like, how many times they have to tell me what the entity could do?
Yeah. I got a little...
Just so you know, the entity could do everything. Okay, cool. I got it. But
everything.
Yeah. Like, all of this. Fuck. It's disappointing. It is hella disappointing, but ultimately, I will go on. Because when they release that DVD or the Blu-ray, in November, my birthday month,
it will be mine.
It will be mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What else will do yours in November? Super Mario RPG. Oh, RPG. You got a good November.
Fucking Mr. Mercy has been on a launch title. What?
What?
I am buying like the safest launch title ever.
Yeah. You really
one of the
are.
Safest companies.
Yeah.
Like, how often do you hear about them?
And it's a Nintendo game, so it's never going to go on sale.
So
you might as well just buy it at launch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. That's it. That's all. So anyway, long rant over. Good for the movie companies that are making money. Hopefully it's a shakeup for the ones that aren't.
Mm-hmm.
And keep on watching movies in the theater. I mean, economy is also one of the reasons why I had said that, because like we're poorer than we were in 2018.
Yeah, cost of living's going up.
Yep.
It's summertime. I don't think people go to the movies in the summer as much anymore like they did back in the day.
I mean, like we had
movies in November, December are making way more money now.
We had 2 years where we were told to stay inside. We
did. Now they're like, come outside, hurry.
Yeah.
No, you told me not to.
Well, now they're like, well, we can go outside. Might as well just go fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Go nuts. You want me to go back inside and watch a movie that in about 3 weeks I can watch in my home, in the comfort of my own home?
Mm-hmm.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
They have to figure out a new model for and a new profit system for too. Like if you're gonna stream movies, you got to figure out how to pay them accordingly based on the streams or whatever. Also, if you're a streaming service and you're not like Netflix, But like if you're like a Disney streaming service or like a movie company streaming service, get out of that game.
Yeah.
Get out of that
Get
game.
out.
License the rights to stream.
I mean,
get out of that game.
It's just like NFTs. Like they were big for a couple years when everyone was at home.
Yeah.
And now,
yeah.
Let poop.
Yeah, le poop. I like
let poop.
Let poop. All right, so thanks for listening to that rant. So, Wrestling Roundup.
Wrestling Roundup. I don't really got a lot about the Wrestling Roundup. Most of my wrestling thoughts have been that Instaquestions coming up.
I've only started thinking about it since I got here.
Yeah?
So, I think I'm going to do the 5 and 5. I think that's what I'm going to do.
You're going to do the 5 and 5?
I'm trying to do 5 and 5.
I should probably have done the 5 and 5.
My Wrestling Roundup, honestly, you know what? I don't really have much. It's still going great. I like that the higher-ups have looked at the Judgment Day's numbers.
Yeah.
And said, you know what?
Holy shit, like Raw belonged to them.
Because we were talking about, like, what's the next Bloodline story?
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, you know what? Judgment Day on Raw and maybe move over to SmackDown and reclaim that spot.
Yeah.
I could see that definitely being. And then, of course, whatever happens with Cody.
Maybe it's not Gunther that's going to be Reigns' big enemy when he goes face. Maybe it's the Judgment Day.
And maybe, you know what? And why not, right? I mean,
Reigns against the Judgment Day? That'd be pretty awesome.
It would be pretty awesome. It would definitely be pretty awesome. It'd be great for all of them, too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Gunther is still... Gunther and Imperium, I think, that's pretty close, actually. Both really close.
Mm-hmm.
Really good. Because I like both of them, right?
Yeah.
But now I'm thinking more of the visual, like the mock-ups that they could do with the Judgment Day versus, like, Reigns. However they portray his babyface persona. Because I don't think they're going to go back to calling him the big dog. And I don't think he's going to go back to wearing that
vest. I
vest.
sure hope not.
I hope not, too. But you never know. Vince really likes his nostalgia.
I sure hope not.
Oh, I hope that it would be one of those where, like, Reigns has got to be in the position where he can go, no, Vince.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Especially the last year since...
That vest is not coming near me ever again.
I don't know if you... Like, since WrestleMania, when we both were like, oh, we're so done. They should have took the title off him. And now it's like, begrudgingly, they were right. This is even better. And you know what? Like, the ratings are going through the roof. The profits are soaring higher than ever. So it's like, what are you going to do? Take the belt off him now? No. Keep building, keep pushing forward. Like, might as well. But yeah, like, I'm pumped about the Judgment Day getting a hard look and even a good push. Like I said, I called for Dom to win that title. I'm glad that they did it. I'm glad they went that route.
Myth Force. You heard of that?
Myth Force.
You boys going to play Myth Force.
Myth Force. Oh.
What is Myth Force? Inspired by Saturday morning cartoons.
So already I'm liking the a little bit of a nice looking slick shit right here.
Saturday morning cartoons are back. All right, Raspoor.
This is alive.
I'll tell you real quick. It's looking pretty friggin' awesome. This is probably a massive multiplayer RPG. I kind of get the feeling that it's a bunch of people together. Yeah,
I'm thinking more massive multiplayer battle royale type of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like old school Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's a little bit of first person. Wow. Wasn't expecting that.
No, me neither. Oh, wow. Okay, so maybe MMORPG.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 3-minute trailer.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Very interesting.
A new game coming. Yeah, no, it looks sweet. I love the art. I love the art style of it.
Yeah, the art looks crazy cool.
Yeah, it looks very cool. And it's on all the systems, so that's cool. Yeah, I'll give it a shot for sure.
Definite.
For sure.
All right. Anything?
I got nothing. I honestly got nothing for the rest of the
injuries. Sorry.
Oh yeah, we got some injuries.
I'm hoping that they're short ones.
Yeah.
You know? But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, what happened to Liv? They're writing her off TV, so she hurt something?
Nagging shoulder injury is what I've heard. That's what I've heard.
Be a pretty small women's division pretty soon.
Owens cracked a rib. He'd actually had it for the last
weeks. Right. And they're keeping him on right now.
He was working through it. So Bailey's also
Bailey.
Yeah. But so far it looks like they're keeping Bailey on TV. So
which is good.
It's the same thing when they did with Pretty Reckless too.
Yeah.
They kept him on TV too in the wheelchair and everything. I was like, oh, nice. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because if you can still talk and you're not in that much pain,
Mm-hmm.
stay on TV.
Do it.
And just heal it up.
Yep. 100%.
Overall, it's just same. Actually, just the norm. We're just eating good.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I haven't checked out, but I want to check out, is the MJF and Adam Cole tag team.
That's
best
pretty.
friends.
That's pretty awesome.
Like what?
I
the
watched some of
I
that.
watched one
That's pretty
promo and I'm
awesome.
like, are you kidding me?
They got like
Holy
matching
shit.
jackets and everything.
To the point where they were originally going to do the turn at the next pay-per-view, but
Yeah.
now it's like,
We're having too much fun.
no, well, they're also making money. Like the shirts are selling out, so
Yeah.
it's like, maybe we drag this out. It's we're making money doing this. Why not tease it out a little bit longer? So yeah, so that I do want to check that out. Other than that, yeah, I think that's pretty much time for Insta questions.
Yeah, let's hop into some Insta questions. Might as well.
Oh.
And we'll do this one first, and it's coming right off of the wrestling roundup.
Yep.
Name your 5 favorite current wrestlers, not legends. So we talked, and we're gonna split it males and females.
Yeah, just because it's too hard to narrow it down to 5.
It really is hard.
Because I like so.
Because I'm not gonna lie, like in my list I have one female, and I kind of felt like she was there just.
Yeah.
Which is sad to say. There's a lot of really good wrestlers.
Yeah, it's actually, we're in like a boom for that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Right now. A lot of talented performers, a lot of like great characters, a lot of great character work.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm. All right, here we go. Males first.
Whatever.
Get a countdown from 5 to 1.
Sure.
Okay. You.
Well, I guess not in really any particular order, but
okay.
One of my all-time favorites right now, like, and he has been for such a long time, it's ridiculous, but Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins.
Seth
yeah.
Rollins is
number 5 on my list. That's who I was
one of my
starting
all-time
off with.
favorites.
Seth freaking Rollins.
But he's been on a tear lately. Like I've been saying
so
for
good.
like, maybe almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's fucking bulletproof.
He's so good. Like even Cody Rhodes talking about him, he's like, I don't like the guy, but he is one of the best out there, hands down.
Once he started doing that fucking laughing gimmick,
yeah,
that's when I was like, oh shit, he's got something. And then of course, when he started like losing feuds and people were still like, he was getting older, and they were singing this song.
Like he lost like almost 2 years straight on everything.
Yeah. And then he like leaned into it, and I was just like, holy fuck. Like,
yeah.
Still, even like to this day, Alvarez is like, I can't stand this fucking gimmick. I don't get it. And I'm like, yeah, but
you don't have to.
You don't have to. Everyone else loves it.
That's right. Yeah. Everyone else loves it, buddy.
Yeah. So nice.
Maybe you're just old.
It's nice that we came out with both with Rollins right out of the gate.
Right out of the gate.
Oh, fuck. You want to switch off genders?
Sure.
Okay. All right.
Well,
then I immediately go with his wife, Becky Lynch.
Becky. I'm gonna go with Asuka. I'll start with Asuka.
Yeah, she's on my list. So
I mean, I love Asuka.
Oh my god, I've actually like I was so impressed with her when I first saw her in NXT.
Yeah.
That I was like, oh fuck, and then I was looking at her old shit, and just being like, holy fuck,
it's incredible, eh?
Yeah, like just oh man, she's so good. She's like just incredibly like on another level.
Yeah.
We can gush about Becky Lynch in a second, but Asuka, yeah, I agree. I totally 100% agree.
No, I mean, I love Becky too. Becky actually wouldn't make my 5.
Oh, okay.
She's fantastic though.
No, well, yeah, no, it's not like. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised by that. Okay,
yeah,
but anyway.
But I mean, like 5 is like really
but
not
to be
a lot.
fair,
There's a lot of really great wrestlers.
We both just were like, yeah, well, yeah.
You know,
it's like just because you didn't make that cut doesn't mean you're. It's like
you probably would have been 6th or 7th. Sorry.
It's like being the dumbest genius. They're still fucking.
You're a genius.
Yeah.
Back to the boys.
Honestly, Jey Uso.
Jey Uso.
Jey Uso is on my list right now because he's just been like. He's been so good since this Bloodline story happened. Like, it's just fuck. Like even better than Jimmy. Jimmy's been really good too. Like everyone's really
been good too.
But
Jay is on a different level.
I don't know. I don't know why. Because they're both doing the same things. Like even Jimmy should be on the higher level because he was doing the babyface version.
Yeah.
And
I guess I don't know. The blood line really started with Jay.
I know.
Like, but Jimmy wasn't there.
So fucking lately his promos though.
Yeah.
God damn.
They have been amazing.
Like, We were calling a main event Jey Uso back then when he first feuded with Roman, but yeah. If they give him the title now, they won't. But if they did it now, I'd be like, yes. They won't, but yeah,
they won't.
Jay's on.
But I hope it comes eventually.
Yeah, so do I. I hope so too.
My number 4, and keep in mind that it is my favorite current wrestlers and not best wrestlers. So
that's where I'm at.
It's where I find the most entertainment, right?
That's where I'm at. Yeah.
So for me, Danhausen. I fucking love Danhausen.
Yeah, Danhausen is great.
I've loved Danhausen before he was in AEW. Like I would watch all the guys' clips on YouTube, and yeah, he's fantastic. I just laugh my ass off with him all the time.
Yeah, he's fucking great. He is fucking great.
So, back to the ladies.
Well, who was I think? Well, we already talked about Asuka, but that would be my.
That'd be your
Not necessarily like in any order, but that'd be on my list. Like,
okay,
that's
right on. Mine be Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, we might as well just say the same ones.
She's fucking amazing.
I'll get the benefit of saying one more, but yeah, it's like she's on my list.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
actually, like hold on. Well, no, obviously Ripley.
Yeah.
Ripley's on my list. There's no way. Like I'm not trying to say she wouldn't be. She's been on my list for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Specifically joining the Judgment Day. Like I've always been a fan of her.
Yeah, me too.
I even liked her when she came out and she looked like Charlotte. Like I was like. I still was like, oh, she was really good back then.
Yep.
And it was the only thing I remember saying was like, she just looks too much like Charlotte. And it was like, whatever, like nothing wrong with that by any means. Because like there's plenty of blonde, tall, athletic women out there.
Tons.
You know, so I don't know why it was just like, but it was just one of those, like, that was my first thought. Then when she came back and leaned into the goth look, it was just like, yep, there it is.
Yep.
There it is, right there.
And she's still hanging on to it.
That's fucking money right there. And she's just getting better and better and better and better and better at it.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
And her with Dom, it's perfect.
That's part of the reason.
The two of them,
part of the reason why it's so good.
Have helped each other so much.
It's like when they do the Latino heat chants, it's like, well, yeah, because this is definitely like Latino heat in China.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like he's calling her mommy, and it's the same thing. And he's hiding behind her. Like he fucking looks like him. And it's all intentional, and it just works so well. Like it's an awesome updated gimmick, but it's great because it's family, right?
Yeah.
But of course Dom's on my list.
Yeah, is he your top 5?
Dom's on my list.
I mean, I love Dom.
Fucking Hard Time Dom is amazing.
So back to the boys.
Yeah, Hard Time Dom.
Dom
or Dirty Dom.
Well, Dirty Dom. Dirty Dom. Yeah, it doesn't matter what kind of Dom. He's awesome.
He's just so fucking good. Like the heel turn, I was like, okay, this is good.
Yeah,
I'm liking this. But then when he went for fucking jail for 4 fucking hours, it came out and he was like, when you do Hard Time, until you do Hard Time like me.
And the rest of Judgment Day is just leaning into it.
And they're all leaning into it. They're all
so
like,
good.
He's so bad, and then he can't wrestle to save his life. And like the entire group is like bending over backwards,
so good,
killing themselves just to help him win. And he's just getting better and better.
He is.
Like
he is. He's in my top 10 for sure.
It's not in your top 5 though.
Didn't make my 5. No, my number 3 is.
Hold on, I'm just trying to think now. I've done Becky Lynch. I've done Rhea Ripley.
Yeah. Oh, and Asuka. Well, you did 3. No.
And
no, I did Rhea, but we talked about her. You did Asuka.
No, I did Becky, and then you did Asuka, and we talked about Asuka, right?
Yeah.
And then I said, I can't remember who I said.
You said,
shit.
What the fuck did you say? Oh, you said Asuka.
Oh no, that's right. I did. Yeah, because we talked about it, and then I said, yeah, that's Asuka.
Yeah,
that's right.
Okay. So
okay. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So no, my number 2 in the guys is MJF.
I don't watch enough of his stuff, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I'm a clip watcher, and I watch a lot of clips.
I'm a clip watcher too, and for some reason, I don't watch a lot of his stuff. But the stuff I have watched is, I feel like, oh man, I'm missing the boat.
He's not the best wrestler, but on the mic, oh my god, he kills it.
But he even tells you he's not the best wrestler.
Yeah, and that's great.
Yeah,
so great.
Okay, so I've done Seth, I've done Dom, I've done Jimmy or Jay. Yeah. Okay. So
you got 2 left on the guys.
2 left on
I've
the
got
guys.
3 on the girls.
And 3 LA girls. Okay.
All right. So number 3 for me on the ladies would be Io Sky.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's easy.
Io Sky.
It's easy.
Yeah.
And again,
incredible.
I've loved her.
I'm so happy she's got the Money in the Bank. So happy for her.
I actually loved it when she came in and she was doing her original Japan gimmick, and then like the mask and everything.
Yep.
Then they turned her heel and did this like stumbling, and they changed her look. And I was
she's doing like the drunken.
I was like, holy fuck! Like originally, I was like, you don't do this. Like you don't have to keep changing their gimmicks. Like okay, like fuck. But then they did it. And I was like, you guys were right. Sometimes I'm beholden to things, and I really should be.
I don't like
more,
change.
I should be a bit more open-minded because I gotta tell you, this is pretty fucking cool.
This is damn cool.
Cool, some good shit. But yeah, so
okay, so we're both Io Sky number 3.
Yep.
All right, back to the guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, LA Knight's on my list.
He's on my list too, but
fucking right.
He ain't fucking number 2.
But it's no particular order. I'm just saying.
You're just saying. Okay. So LA Knight would have been number 1 on my list, but talk about LA Knight. Oh
God,
man,
damn.
I love that guy.
I loved him on NXT.
Yep.
Even though he wasn't quite what we're getting right now, but I liked him. I knew he was Eli Drake from before, and I knew he was a promo guy and stuff like that. But he's really good in the ring.
Yep.
Even at his age, like he doesn't look like he's 40.
He doesn't look like he doesn't move like he's 40.
Definitely doesn't move like he's 40.
Nope.
Fucker can go.
Yeah.
Okay. And but his promo game is just so fucking good, and I like that it's like kind of like The Rock. I like that.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all.
I like that it's not
it's
necessarily
like The Rock,
his
but
version.
it's not copying The Rock.
Yeah, exactly.
And people are eating it up because people missed that era.
It's just over top enough, and it's just clever enough, and it works. And despite the fact that they were fucking trying to bury him, they continue to try to bury him.
Try.
Like, I hate video gamers, you know. Like, the second he said that, I was like, you guys are feuding over video games.
LA Knight has 4 of the 5 top selling shirts right now.
Yeah, of course he does.
Yeah, 3 of them are the same ones, just in different colors.
But the second he started doing the LA Knight, I was like, oh,
whose game is it?
Okay, here we go. And then we got something here, and then of course he does the and then people are doing it.
Has killed the what? I'm starting to think.
You know what?
I haven't heard what a lot lately. I hear a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
For 20 years.
It
what has just blown away the fucking bleachers, and now.
Well, I will say the last couple of years though, the really good wrestlers work their way around it. Like I remember I've always liked Alexa Bliss.
Yep.
I should say I liked her, but I wasn't like, oh my god, she's fucking amazing, right? But I knew that she was really good when she shut down the what chant. Like within like 2 things, it was just like, oh, she fucking shut them down, and I was like, okay, all right, good for you.
Kudos.
Yeah, exactly. Some of the cap, my lady. So that's 4.
Back to ladies. Britt Baker.
Yeah, Britt Baker.
Britt Baker, DMD.
Yeah, she's another one. Britt Baker, DMD.
Yeah. She was like, honestly, when they were announcing AEW, she was the only one where it was like really, because I wasn't really going to watch AEW like I watched WWE.
Yeah.
She was the only one where it's like, oh, why couldn't it have been on the other show?
Oh, man.
I'd love her.
Just so good.
Yeah.
So good. Good.
I mean, Adam Cole, you're good too, but you're lady.
Yeah. It's
She's on the level.
That's where it's at right now. Yeah. And it was like the flip, right? Like with Becky and Seth.
Yeah,
thing. It was
exactly.
Like, she was crazy over.
Yeah.
It's a shame that they couldn't get her, like, bring her back at that same level. But she is still like, that's one of the reasons why she's on the list. I don't look away on her segments, but I also like that Becky is not clamoring for the top spot. She actually wants to build people up.
I do appreciate that.
So
that's what Charlotte should be doing.
Exactly. She really helped getting Bianca Belair over. Yep. And not to say that Belair wasn't already over. She was over, and she was getting over, and she would have got over on her own regardless. Yep. But Becky could have came in and said, yeah, I'm going to fight. Like, then when they took the belt off her right away, Becky could have said, yeah, well, I'm going to fucking keep it. Like, we're going to have a rematch. I'm going to beat you in 5 minutes.
Exactly.
You know, I'm going to Charlotte Flair steamroll you. Okay. And then that's it.
Yep.
Instead, work the program. Beller got it back
Mm-hmm.
fairly quickly, and then has held it right up until she lost it. It's like, and then of course Becky's now helping bring up Zoe Stark.
Yeah.
And reestablishing Trish Stratus. I mean, Trish Stratus doesn't even have to be here.
No, and she's still around.
She's around like almost every week.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's fucking crazy.
She's been around since what?
Mania.
Before Mania, right?
Yeah, just before Mania.
Yeah. Wow, it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Last guy, Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I can't deny it.
Yeah,
it's Roman Reigns.
You can't deny it.
Yeah,
I mean, he deserves the acknowledgement.
Yeah, but I mean, it's so perfect.
Yeah.
It wasn't the shit that they were trying to force.
I just read today that sales numbers for the Roman Reigns era have passed the Hogan era and the Attitude era.
Good for him.
Yep. Good for him.
Good for them too. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I will like it's not like I shit on Vince a lot, and I will continue shit on Vince. The whole thing with Roman was never like, what the fuck is Vince thinking? This guy's not a star. Okay, yeah. It's never been that. I think every time we talk about Roman Reigns, especially on our Camcast, I always say we watched The Shield. We both immediately were like, that's their guy.
Yeah.
We knew it right away. I knew it too, even though he was the weakest wrestler.
Yep.
Okay. The weakest promo. Like, he had no real promo game. But luckily they worked around it where they made him this silent type.
Yep.
Right? So he didn't have to be. Plus, Seth and Dean are both great talkers. You don't necessarily need him to be a good one either.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the guy. I was like, there's...
Oh, yeah, that's the guy.
They're all equally...
I didn't see it then. Like, I knew that was the guy. I didn't see him as the guy.
I didn't see him as the guy either, but like I see him in those terms that you're saying. Like, I knew that was the guy that they were going to go for. I didn't see it. But then eventually it's the same thing they're doing with Dom, where he was not a good wrestler, and he was terrible promo, but they put him with every one of their top guys.
Yeah.
So he went with Taker, he went with Randy Orton, he went with CM Punk, he went with Big Show, every single variation of wrestler, John Cena, Chris Jericho, so that he's wrestling all these different styles, and then different guys have different experience, and he's learning from them, right? Had he not, he wouldn't be where he is.
Yeah. Well, by the way, too, Orton would have been on my list if he was current, but we still don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah, he would have been on my list because he's another one.
For 20 years, he's been on my list.
He's always, he's another one too. We both.
But he's another one. That's the guy, but I never felt like that was the guy back then.
No, but the same thing.
I was like, Batista's the guy.
He was rough. He was rough in the ring.
Yep.
Promo was okay. He wasn't quite there with his look, but he was really rough in the ring. But the same thing.
Same thing.
He was in with Flair. He was in with Triple H.
All the
he was
guys.
in with Undertaker, Edge, Mick Foley.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
And same thing. If he didn't learn off of all of them.
Exactly.
Like, I look now and I go, like, some of you guys, like, it's not the office that is the reason why you're not booked higher on the card. It's you.
Yep.
And I've been saying that recently with some of these guys where I'm like, I don't get it. And like, unfortunately, I said that with Andrade.
Yeah.
When Andrade showed up in NXT, I was like, oh, not when he first came with the babyface gimmick, I should say. I was like, this guy is fucking amazing. That gimmick is terrible.
Yeah.
It's a horrible gimmick. But then they turned him heel, put the suit on him, had Zelina Vega be his mouthpiece. I was like, there it is. And his ring work was incredible, and he had a title run, and then he went on the main roster, and it was like, Vince isn't going to fucking book this guy. Like, fuck off.
And you never saw him.
And then he didn't. But then he goes to AEW.
And same thing.
And it's like, okay, all right. So then he's like, I'm going to go back to WWE. And it's like, and do what?
And do what?
I'm sorry.
Work backstage? I mean, I don't know.
At this point, just be happy where you're at.
Yeah.
You're not, okay, like if you go to WWE, don't expect to get a main event spot. You're going to have to work a year or two for me to be like, okay, maybe.
Maybe.
But,
yeah.
But also, Aleister Black.
Yeah.
He's another one.
Another guy.
You know what? I love him.
Yep.
Huge fan. Fan. I don't know. Like, not everyone's going to be main event.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just be okay with that. I know it's harsh.
I think
it's easy to say from the couch.
If you were stuck around WWE, well, I mean, he got let go, so then he moved, but he was another guy like Bray Wyatt who has that Undertaker appeal. Like they could get pushed to that limit, but
I think he actually had a better shot at it than Bray Wyatt.
Yeah,
in all honesty,
because he was, well, I mean, still is awesome, but when he
the
first
promo,
came out,
like his NXT work was just perfect.
And the way he moved in the ring, like no one else.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
just so good. Like I immediately was like, I fell in like wrestling love. Like I was just like, this guy, holy fuck.
Yeah.
And even just this, and then Black Mass,
Mm-hmm.
fuck, you looked so believable. But he didn't look like your stereotypical martial arts guy.
Yeah.
He had a dynamism. Yeah, dynamism.
Dynamism.
Yeah.
Oh.
But anyway, so
last lady, Bailey for me.
yeah, Bailey.
Bailey.
I was trying to remember
good.
if I'd said Bailey or not, and I didn't want to forget her.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's Bailey. It's always Bailey.
It's always
been Bailey.
Yeah.
And it will always be Bailey.
I love Bailey.
Oh man.
Yeah.
She's another one that's she's like taking a step back to put people over.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, fuck her. But I mean, like, I feel like there's really those two types of people. The two types of wrestlers. Well, one is going to be like me, right? Yeah. And then there's the other ones that are like, yeah, but I didn't get to here without them. So
yeah,
like that guy up top had to lose so that I could, so I'm gonna do the same thing. Mm-hmm. Just gonna help out.
Same thing.
But Bailey is just Bailey. I love her.
I love Bailey.
I absolutely love her.
Doesn't matter what version of Bailey is. I always love Bailey.
I mean, I have a distinct soft spot for Hugger Bailey.
Yeah. Because
again, NXT, I was just like, oh man, it was just a perfect trajectory for that character, and I was just like, man, this is like female John Cena. You've got like, well, her number one fan, but also you had the branding with this, like the marketing for that, the t-shirts, the bands, everything. It was just like the inflatable Bailey dolls. Like it was all just like, this is great. And then again, Vince was just like, I don't know what to do with this shit. Fuck this shit. Fuck her. She's not Charlotte.
Yeah.
And then she turned heel, became the role model, and it was just gold ever since.
Yeah.
Damage Control Bailey, I still love.
I love Damage Control Bailey.
Role model Bailey with Sasha Banks was the best though.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's always Bailey.
Yeah.
It's always Bailey.
That was her peak.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with what she's doing now. She's helping.
I love
this guy.
But I love it. But also she's ready to, and probably could take a title in the next little bit.
I hope so. That would be great.
I mean, I don't necessarily think Io Sky needs a 6-month reign to begin with. It could be one of those. She wins, Bailey fucks her over, takes the title, and then you have the chase again. Yeah.
We'll do one more Insta question, but first, we got a couple comments.
All right,
what we got? Sorry to derail the show. You didn't derail the show. Throw your questions this way. Just heard you talking about the Mario RPG. Okay, awesome. Yeah, no, you didn't derail the show. Do not fret, my friend. Okay, Barbie Oppenheimer.
Wait, what do you mean?
I guess this is.
Honestly, I actually.
Which one would you rather watch?
Barbie. Honestly.
Me too.
I'd rather watch Barbie. I will watch both of them, but out of the gates, I'd rather watch Barbie. Oppenheimer, honestly, I know it's going to be a great movie. Yeah. I know it's going to look great. It's going to sound great. It's going to be acted great because it's Nolan. And even though Tenet was, the story was terrible, it looked great. It was acted great. Yeah. And the action was incredible. So it's like, I know what I'm getting with the Nolan movie. Yeah. But Barbie just looks like a ton of fun.
Barbie looks like
and even the
crazy
fact
fun
that they're saying that it has a great message, like that's just a cherry on top.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait to watch 2 hours of people shitting on people named Ken.
Well, I mean, just think of it as an allegory for men in general, and maybe that's why all the men get so angry about it. They're confronted with decades. Eons of douchebaggery.
I had a few more questions there, but we'll save them for the next show. Don't worry, we'll get them.
Yeah, we ran long.
We ran long with some stuff because we got a couple more little things to touch on. We still got Deep Blue Sea to rock. All right, so mini review: Invincible, Atom Eve.
Oh man. My favorite part about this was that, like, hot on the heels of hearing that the next season was going to be broken up. Yeah, and the second half is to be determined. Yeah, I was like, then okay. Yeah.
Why?
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Season 2 and 3 to me, but okay.
But all right, cool. And then I heard you mentioned the Adam Eve special.
Yeah, surprise drop.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. And I just said it like I said. Yeah, we should talk about that too. And then I was sitting there doing absolutely nothing, and I was like, oh yeah, I could watch this.
Yeah.
And I did. And well, actually, you know what? I want to hear your thoughts first.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
You don't say.
I do say, because believe it or not, I love Invincible.
Oh yeah, I knew the gift to get you.
But my favorite character from Invincible is not actually Invincible. It's Adam Eve.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. So, no, I thought it was really cool. I knew her backstory with her parents. They added a lot of stuff in here. Because we never really saw her in the comics in that middle-aged ground that she is in this.
Okay.
She was a little bit older in the comic books when we saw her with Rex Splode. They did a few miniseries with that. But never quite saw her like at that age. So I thought it was cool how she had like the mask and everything. And gruesome, though. Like with her siblings. Like that was some gross Akira shit going on there.
I agree. The second that his fucking skin moved around him, like that half second, I was just like, oh, did his? And then they did it again, and I was like, oh, they did. Oh, I was like, oh, that's
gross.
That's unsettling.
Yeah. Yeah. So, no, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a nice little surprise. I thought that the end credits were real funny. We were like, what Mark was doing at this time.
Duct tape man.
Duct tape man.
His dad's like
so disappointed.
No. His mom is like trying not to like piss herself laughing because it's so absurd.
Oh man, that's so funny. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Well acted, well animated, whole 9 yards. And just to have a surprise drop during San Diego Comic-Con, like, oh, by the way, you can watch this right now. It's just like, what? Oh, hell yeah. But November 3rd is season 2, and I can't wait.
November again, eh?
November again. Man, November.
This is just
holy shit.
It's just fucking stacking on the love.
Yeah.
I shouldn't get too hyped. You know, something might happen. That'll just fucking...
Don't say that.
I don't know, like, it's just...
Yeah.
I almost feel like
too much good happening.
Yeah,
right
the
now.
universe might be like, he's getting a little cocky.
Yeah.
He's getting a little motherfucking cocky. So I don't know. But yeah, no, I agree. I agree with everything that you said. I mean, like, it's not like a shock that it was awesome.
Yeah.
But so like for me, because like I love like Adam Eve's one of my favorite characters too. From what I've read, because I read a large chunk of Invincible too. And really like that character. So for me, it was just I didn't know that wasn't really touched upon in the comic books, but I was awesome. Like I loved it. I everything about it, the backstory, even just the way she was, how she was, like very like almost autistic, and her parents just so fucking like we don't know what the fuck to do. She's fucking weird. Like her dad was such a fucking asshole.
Just right in front of her all the time too.
Why do you have to be so weird? And she's just like. Okay. And then like the babysitter is just like, no, she's a fucking super genius. And you're like, oh wow. Like it was really cool. It was really cute, but also I think I don't know why I was surprised by the goriness though. Like,
well, because I guess just the tone of it up to that point.
That like, might exactly be
it. Right, I am watching Invincible.
That's what I mean, right? Like you said, the goriness. Yeah. But I remember, like I said, like I generally went, oh. And then it was like, oh,
yeah,
you know, I was like, this is actually pretty rough. And then like, well, even the fight with the fucking dude, I don't remember his name.
Oh yeah, I don't remember his name.
Where she beat the fuck out of him and like bloodied him, and I was just like, oh right, yeah, this is the Invincible world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fucking nuts.
But oh man,
and a nice little final Lance Reddick thing.
Yeah,
performance.
That's
I thought that was it in John Wick 4, and then he popped up on here. I was like, "Oh that's man, right. My heart's so happy. My heart's so happy." Lance Reddick, rest in peace.
And the climax though was fucking crazy.
Oh yeah,
like when the guy that saved her, I can't remember his name, but he's just like, "No, I put a block in, so you can't affect any organic matter," and then she blew past it.
Yeah, it's boom.
You will never remember anything about me. And they're like, what the fuck's going on? Why am I here? I was like, oh my God, that's horrible.
So crazy.
Like, it's horrible. but awesome.
I know. Fuck.
Like, oh.
Rasper says hyped for the new Watchmen cartoon that's coming out.
I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence.
I think, it's hard. It's hard because I did not like the HBO show. I tried it, did not like it.
I didn't watch it.
I could not get into it.
I heard that it was one of those where it's like, it's a Watchmen sequel in
spirit, or
it's like it's a sequel by name only. That's what it was. Just anything else is just yeah. So, but I mean, it's tough because like I do really like the book, the actual story, but I also really like the Watchmen movie.
Yeah,
I thought they did a really good job.
The movie was fantastic,
but all parts, like the movie, the actual like news clips, and then the actual like
the Black
Sails,
cartoon.
Black Freighter, yeah, all of that, the entire experience, because it was almost like the entire book, right?
I honestly, I can't really get excited for it. I'm not a huge Watchmen fan. Chris knows this. I always thought it was overrated. Personally, I know a lot of people would kill me for that, but Alan Moore to me is not this miracle god that everyone.
Well, I feel the same way. I like the book. Like I really do like the book, but I'm not. I
think like he's a good writer with a ridiculous ego. He's got such a crazy ego. Yeah.
But like I'm not a diehard fan. I am a bigger fan than you are.
Yeah.
But I'm not a diehard fan. Like when they did that Watchmen.
Because I read it because you raved about it.
Yeah. I didn't watch or read any of the Watchmen sequel, like Watchmen 2 with the entire DC thing. I didn't check out any of it.
Well, that's the other fun thing too. Like Watchmen's DC, so now you got DCU reline. Is this part of that? Like it's such a fucking mess.
I don't know. And then the other thing was what the hell was the other thing? They did the second. Doomsday Clock.
Doomsday Clock.
Clock. I liked Doomsday Clock, but again, I wasn't. It was a DC event book. I was going to read it regardless.
Yeah.
And it was like Jeff Johns and Gary Frank.
It's a good team. It's a damn good team. Yeah.
It could have been
be crazy to turn that
down. A shit sandwich, and I would have been like, "Well, this is a pretty
delicious,
pretty good shit sandwich." But so I like. So yeah,
I'm on the fence. I got to see a trailer. I got to see some of it.
Long story short, I need to see a trailer, and we'll see.
But yeah, Invincible Adam Eve, watch it.
Yeah. Oh man, so good. I loved it.
And the last thing before we hop into Deep Blue Sea is the Radiant Black.
Right. Yeah.
Sales strategy or innovative story.
I forgot that's what we were going to discuss. Yeah. So bring us up to speed.
So up until like number 24. Every issue of Radiant Black's had two covers. Cover A, cover B. Pick which cover you like. Everything on the inside's the same, right? Issue 25, two covers. These two covers connect for one image. So it's just like, okay, well, no big deal. They're just connecting, right?
Plus, it's the 25th issue. Which
25th issue.
Yeah, it's a little all out for that. Like, I mean, Dragon would do bigger books. Mm-hmm. They would be more expensive.
They fucking damn.
But they were packed.
Trade paperback.
But it's also the 25th book. I mean, how many books make it 25?
Exactly.
Before they get rebooted as another number one.
So nothing's announced before this. It goes out. People are buying it. Oh, I'm going to take cover A. I'm going to take cover B. I'm going to take cover A. Realizing the end of each cover A and cover B are different.
Oh, I didn't realize they didn't tell people that.
They didn't even tell people.
Oh!
So cover A, you're going to have the last 4 pages with Marshall, where Marshall's Radiant Black. Cover B, you're getting Nathan as Radiant Black. So now it's a matter of like, okay, so I can't get the full story unless I get both issues. So I got a double dip. How is this going to work for trades? How is this going to work for digital? Are you going to, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of like.
Well, digitally, you just buy it twice.
Would you buy it twice?
That's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming you would buy it twice.
With digital, you don't get an option of variant covers.
But I'm assuming that they would actually have each separate.
Yeah?
Yeah, like cover A, cover B.
Okay. And
each priced separately. I would say that would probably be...
It'd probably be a safe bet.
Well, because I mean, how else would you do it, right? Like, and that's the first thing I thought of.
Yeah.
and it seems to make sense to me.
So this comes out, and Radiant Black fans are torn. There's a lot going, oh, this is really fucking cool. There's a lot going like, well, this is kind of just a money grab. I don't want to spend like $5.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Especially afterwards, after 25 came out at San Diego Comic-Con, Kyle Higgins went up on stage and he said that this is going to be going forward for the entire arc. So you got to buy 2 of every issue for 6 issues.
That's my favorite part right there.
Yeah.
An entire half year of double dipping in our economy.
This is the Catalysm War. You know, it's different universes, and one universe is Marshall, one is Nathan.
I'm going to pick that book back up again.
And it's just like, I'm torn on it. I'm really torn on it. I love Radiant Black, but even I'm like...
No, I just mean like... just restarting it and going from there.
Yeah.
Okay, you said it was issue 25, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so they do
Are they doing it both?
25, we got a Kindle edition. Oh, never mind. It might just be okay, so Kindle edition and then Kindle edition piece. So it's so $5.30 for the original or for the part 1, and see how the cover's a little bit different?
Yeah, because they connect.
They flipped, yeah. So you get both for $6. Well, it's about $7.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I mean,
digital seems to be the most cost-effective way of doing it.
Yeah. But yeah, for trades, I don't know how that's going to work. Are they going to have 2 trades, or are they going to just make one really fat
Don't
trade?
give me fucking ideas, man.
One really big fat trade.
It's got to be one big fat trade. Don't say anything about trade A and trade B, because that'd be even worse. Like, I'd spend $40 just to get the same 8 pages.
Oh man.
8 fucking pages and $40. I'd be furious. I'd be fucking furious.
Yeah.
It is tough now, because I agree. It doesn't even sound like an interesting idea for me. Regardless of the money, it doesn't sound like an interesting idea. It actually just sounds like a money idea.
Yeah.
It just.
Well, the annoying thing is at the end of 24 is you will find out who, or no, end 24 he goes into 25. You will find out who is Radiant Black, Marshall or Nathan. Yeah. And then it's still fucking both of them. I don't know.
I mean, the story's working. People are buying it. It's a weird move though from a company and a creator that I immediately was like, whoa.
Yeah.
You were
very different.
You were like, dude, and then I was like,
that's a Robert Kirkman type fucking move.
Read Radiant Black, and then finally I did. And I was like, dude, and you're like, I know,
dude. Yeah. I was buying both covers for every issue up to issue 20. I was like, I can't afford it anymore. Yeah. Issue A only, please. And then now this comes out. I'm like, you gotta be fucking.
Issue 20. So issue 20 would have been a couple months ago.
Yeah.
So you're like, I saw John Wick 4.
Yeah.
And I saw Guardians 3. Oh fuck, this is last couple of weeks have been pretty expensive. Yeah, I can see that.
So that's what's going on with Radiant Black.
It's weird.
You're thinking what, money grab?
I'm thinking money grab.
Money grab, right? Yeah. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards too. It's just like you said, this economy. People can hardly buy comics as it is. Now they got to drop one of their other favorite stories just so they can get a full Radiant Black.
Don't make me choose over comic books and fucking eggs, man. Because brothers got to eat.
It's a crazy idea. Why don't you just release $10 issues for 6 months?
Again, Kenneth, stop giving me fucking ideas. Shut the fuck up. That bullshit. Because someone will go, I heard somewhere that we should just sell the comic books for $10 because they don't want to eat eggs.
You getting Gone and Devil's Cut from DSLR. I am getting Devil's Cut. I think it looks really cool. This DSLR, it's a new comic imprint that's being run by creators. So Jock is there. Right. Jock's there. Franco Vella's there.
I love that you led with Jock. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's there.
Sorry, what's it called? Demon what?
It's called Devil's Cut. That's the one shot that's kicking off this whole company. So yeah, no, I'm definitely getting it. Jock art for sure. And Gone is the kickoff title by them, and Jock's doing the whole thing, writing in art on that.
Well, I'll be
damned.
I will be damned.
So yeah, that looks fucking really cool.
Oh, the covers are fucking.
Yeah, the covers are incredible.
Holy shit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
Yes, I will also be checking that out.
Yeah.
I'm in.
I mean, the list of creators, I don't have it here, but like it's fucking amazing.
Sometimes you just
everybody you like is
I was just gonna say
there.
Well, the two you've listed already, I was like, yep.
Snyder's there, James Tynion's there.
Yeah, exactly.
There's tons of guys.
Yeah.
So
it's all the guys that are like, you know what, DC, thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, we're moving on. It's the same thing that happened with Marvel with like Brubaker and everything.
Thanks, but no thanks. But luckily,
thanks for creating Icon. We're moving out.
Yeah, we're in an era where like they're in an industry too where they couldn't just do that. They can just go, yeah, we're this now.
Yeah.
And people will go and say, okay, cool.
Okay, we're coming with you. Yep. So, Deep Blue Sea.
Deepest, bluest, my hat is like a shark's fin. It's fucking... All right.
Okay.
The main attraction, directed by Rennie Harlan, who did, pretty good stuff. Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Adventures of Ford Fairlane, Die Hard 2, Cliffhanger, The Long Kiss Goodnight. Like, we're killing it here. It here. I was joking at the first ones, but those last ones, you're like, yup. All right. Written by Duncan Kennedy, Donna and Wayne Powers. Produced by Akiva Goldsman.
Wow.
I know.
Akiva Goldsman's a weird guy. Like, he fucking produces stuff. You're just like, what?
So fucking weird. And he's known for making motion pictures and adaptations of popular novels.
Yeah.
Like, what?
It's so strange. And sometimes he directs and you're like, why are you directing this of everything you've worked on? I don't know.
Yeah. So we've got starring Thomas Jane as Carter Blake, a shark specialist.
Badass shark man.
Saffron Burrows as Dr. Susan McAllister, Alzheimer's specialist, adjacent marine biologist.
Everybody hates her.
Shark expert. Wait, she's not a good person.
She's not a good person.
They try to redeem her by giving you her reason why she's willing to do this, but it's like, okay.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if you know this gentleman, LL Cool J. I've been told that the ladies love
Cool James.
Yes.
Yeah. Seems like the kind of guy that would write a theme song for the movie he stars in.
Boy, did he ever.
Yeah.
Sherman Preacher Dudley, the religious cook.
Yeah. Preach. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Jacqueline McKenzie is Janice Jan Higgins. Another gentleman you might recognize.
Damn right.
Michael Rappaport as Tom Scoggins. I can't remember how it's pronounced now, but he'll always be Michael Rappaport from Metro for me.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, he's great in that too. But Deep Blue Sea for me. Hey, who you gonna trust? You trust me.
That's
you know why? So trustworthy.
That's right. And then another guy you might recognize, Stellan Skarsgård as Dr. Jim Whitlock.
AKA the guy that gets it the fucking worst in this movie.
Nope.
No,
I disagree.
Oh, the girl, his lady friend.
Yeah, his lady friend gets it the worst.
She got eaten out in a bad way.
Yeah, she did. She did. His is pretty bad. Hers is worse.
His is bad.
Ada Turturro as Brenda Kearns, and the illustrious Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
As Russell motherfucking Franklin.
Fucking rights. Just there to say some cool speeches.
So for the people that haven't seen this movie, concept of this movie is, here's the plot. In a remote underwater facility, doctors Susan McAllister, remember the bitch that we mentioned, Jim Whitlock, Stone Skarsgård, are conducting research on mako sharks to help in the reactivation of dormant human brain cells like those found in Alzheimer's disease patients. The reason why they do that is because sharks' brains don't get Alzheimer's. Or something. or something along those lines. So they decide that they're going to inject shark brains with the brains of a human so that they can get more of the growth hormone that can cure Alzheimer's from it. And the sharks become smarter.
And larger.
and decide that they want to take over the world.
Yeah.
I know by the way I'm saying this doesn't sound like it's a great fucking movie. But it's funny because the premise is absurd.
It's so absurd. And what we're gonna do this while we're like 200 feet underwater. We can't do it on the surface. We can't do it at like marine land or anything.
No, they had to. Remember, they had to because of the the laws. They had the strict chimera laws.
Oh, right, the laws.
So they had to do it out
That's
there.
That's a good way to write it out real quick.
They had to do it out that far because there's no jurisdiction, right? Yeah. So that's the only place that they can do this totally, incredibly illegal thing. Ethically and morally wrong. And like, what is it that Dr. Ian Malcolm says? We're always racing to do the thing that we are to do it. We never stop to say, should we? And you're like, well, yeah, should we put human brains?
Probably
now
shouldn't. I mean, my favorite part though is like in this. What I forget the name of it, like Aqualand or Aquarium or something. It has like one of those. Let's play on the word aqua type.
Yeah. Oh shit.
But they're like, oh yeah, this is an old like subway repair station from World War II, and I'm like, there's no fucking way they made that during World War II.
Oh, they don't actually say what it was called, but yeah, no, it's just like it's so fun. I love it. I love it. Like
I love Deep Blue Sea.
It's one of my favorite movies, and obviously, yeah, like you said, it's one of our favorite shark movies. It's just so funny, but like, I love it. Like, I just love the concept of smart sharks.
Yeah,
because sharks are already terrifying.
They are,
and they're already incredibly smart in their most like animalistic, like Cro-Magnon stage, right? Like these are just like descended from dinosaurs, right? Like crocodiles too, and alligators. Yeah, you're just like, Jesus fuck, like just die. Stop evolving.
Just die already.
Stop evolving. I want to swim in the ocean. But then like, so then you put like, you make them smarter.
Yeah.
It's like, it's horrifying.
Yeah.
The concept is horrifying.
Could you have picked a shark that's not a man-eater to practice on?
Yeah, exactly. Or could you just remove their teeth?
I mean, yeah, it's not like you're doing anything morally right anyway.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
make them all gummy.
Yeah. I don't know. Just, I mean, Sam Jackson's in it. Tom Jane is in it, like pre-Punisher Tom Jane. Like,
yeah.
I thought he was super cool.
Tom Jane's awesome.
I was like, he's awesome.
I watched this the other day, and I was like, man, if they would have made Aquaman in 2000, that would have been the guy. Right
yeah, that would have been the guy to get.
Yeah,
that would have been like the CGI is actually holds up pretty well.
It actually really did.
I just love it. Like Michelle and I both, we were just like, man, it's such a great movie. Like it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, like we were kind of looking at it at poke fun type of situation.
Yeah,
But it's like, well, yeah, because it's not really a serious movie.
It's not. Well, yeah. I mean, they're pretending to be serious about everything.
yeah, they are.
It's absurd. It's not a great story, but it's so fucking fun.
It just touched something.
I don't care about any of that.
It pressed a button in us.
It pressed a button.
What's that Grant Morrison saying? It pressed that button of joy for us.
Yeah, and, exactly. Joy button was just getting slammed.
Just like, oh my God.
Yeah. So
I still remember the first time we watched it, and there was like, it's Sam Jackson. There's heavy spoilers, but watch it. Honestly, stop watching us and watch the movie.
Yeah, I mean,
and then come back to it.
This was 24 years old, so I'm thinking you've had time to check it out.
like he's standing above the pool of water, and I remember you were just like, I was like, he's gonna die, and you're like, there's no way they're gonna kill Sam Jackson in like the first bit of the movie.
Well, I saw it in
and then boom.
Yeah. I watched this in New Brunswick. So I got like a good family memory with this. Like we watched it in New Brunswick when my dad was working out there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we went to the movies to watch it. But the day before, or no, the day after we watched this on the big screen, we went on a whale watching tour, and they're like, everyone's like, is there sharks? And like, just makos. There's makos all over in this bay. And I'm like, oh, holy shit. Yeah, no, so.
That's great.
Yeah, but Sam Jackson was so stupid. He's like hanging around the pool, and they're like, I wouldn't stand too close to that. You're right. How about I stand close to it and turn my back to it?
Yeah. And so it also it's like, hey, there's really smart sharks.
Yeah.
And well, now they're loose. We're cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
No big deal.
I'm faster than ice sheets.
When you said that line, I was just like, oh my God. You think water moves fast? You should see ice.
You should see ice. Like, what?
You mean
what?
Frozen water? Oh, damn.
The death scenes are phenomenal.
All of the deaths in
like
this movie.
The initial, like when Skarsgård gets his arm ripped off.
I just felt like he got real bad because he got his arm ripped off. He got pulled into the water.
Yeah.
He got thrown against the glass. Like that poor motherfucker.
He got it bad. He did get it bad, but like
he had a bad day.
his girlfriend like literally got eaten this way up.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
And like there was nothing she could do.
No.
And so and it just dives up with her like scissoring at this. We're all adults here, okay? We're all adults. We can
just scissor.
We can power through this.
Shark lady.
That's right. We can, you're getting it. We can do this.
Yeah,
it's
we
okay.
can do that. Yeah, we're good.
Right? And then it's just like all the blood and everything, and like everyone's just like, oh yeah. Like we were doing this one where we were like, oh yeah, and then that person dies this way and this way. Yeah. The one that I forgot up until almost the very end was Rappaport death. I was just like, oh right, he's in when they're swimming around in the office. And then I was like, but then how does he? But then when we got to the scene, I was like, oh, that's right. He's like, he's too slow.
Yeah, he's too.
Yeah.
Like if someone's going like this, I'm going to assume there's a shark to him. I'm going to fucking not even look. I'm just
gonna
book it and hope for the best.
I don't need to see that it's a shark.
Yeah,
I'll just guess, and if I'm wrong, well, you know what? Fine, I'm still alive.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, so yeah, like I love this whole movie. Even the opening with the kids on the boat.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
he shows up there.
Like what the fuck's happening here? Yeah.
The
wine falls in the water and it looks like blood. So like sharks are clearly going to come now. There's red in the water.
But specifically wine.
Yeah.
They're drunk. So
they're drunk. That's a good movie.
It's just so, it's like Lake Placid. It's like
it is.
It's not a particularly good movie by any metric, but I love it.
Oh, I fucking love Lake Placid.
I love the movie.
I love it so much when Oliver Platt turns around. There's just this giant croc looking at him in the water. Like, oh.
I love it at the very end, the fucking end credit scene where Betty White is feeding the baby crocodiles to start Lake Placid 2, which I don't think she was in the sequel.
I don't think she was. No.
Even straight to video, they're like, we can't afford Betty White. She probably would have done it for a discounted rate.
She probably would have.
Probably just been like, yeah, okay, I can play.
Yeah, I mean, she did the first.
But I don't know. I love this movie so much. It's such a great movie.
It really is. I mean,
although I will say the actual like when you get to the point where by the end of the movie, because you're just along with this ride, and then when Jane's character goes, they were hurting us.
Yeah,
we're like, huh? Oh my god, they were.
Yeah.
Everything they did was just to fucking get up to here so they could get out. Holy fuck. I was surprised that LL Cool J didn't die.
I know.
And they went with the chick that killed off the doctor. That surprised the hell out of me.
Yeah, so test ladders before you jump in waters with sharks. Yeah.
Like, fuck. But I did like it when he was just like, there was only 3 sharks, right?
He pulls his foot in. And
then it's just like, thank you.
Yeah. The boat goes honking. Oh, next ship's here.
70-pound shark, and you hit my leg.
Oh, man.
Fuck, 35 years, eh?
24.
Or 24. 24, that's right. Yeah, 20. Math, Chris.
Yeah.
Math.
Time is flying, man. Like, I can't believe this is this old. But then you see, like, recent Tom Jane and recent Sam Jackson. You're like, holy fuck, it's an old movie.
Recent Sam Jackson doesn't look that bad because he's also, we don't realize how old he actually is.
Yeah. He's fucking
like,
old. He was old in this.
He's looked the same age for a long time.
Yeah.
And he started late.
He started late.
Or he started getting big late because like I think he was what in his 40s.
In his 40s when he hit it off.
So he's now around his 70s.
So yeah, I mean.
So I mean, for his age, he looks phenomenal.
And we still have a chance.
Jane, on the other hand, is looking a little rough. Looking a little rough.
And Saffron Burrows just disappeared.
Well, yeah, she didn't really do much.
No, she's a good actress. I do enjoy her in this movie.
I read she married a woman and they raised a child and they got divorced, and that was pretty much the last of it.
And that was it.
She's primarily an activist. Yeah.
For sharks?
Sadly, no.
Too bad.
No, I mean, it was just fake computer generated sharks, right? So
yeah, well, I guess so.
She didn't actually hurt any of the sharks.
Or did she?
Well, not that I'm aware. But anyway, so this is a great movie. I love it. I love the way I feel when I watch this movie.
This is a brisk review. I mean, it's such an old film. It's so fucking amazing. It moves so fast too. Like the pacing is amazing.
Oh yeah,
boom, boom, boom,
and then it paused just enough for you to catch your breath, and
yeah,
then they're right back in it. Like
you got that nice little like cocktail scene where you can meet all the characters.
Yeah, exactly. Right at the beginning,
right
get a feel for all of them.
Yeah.
And then you start picking them off left and right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sam Jackson comes in and just gets his mind blown with everything. Like gets off the helicopter. There's a guy in the water with a shark.
Yeah. He's shitting his pants.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Did I just see that? That shark recognized that gun?
Yeah.
And then
they had
tell me I see what I see. It's still the sky guy coming towards us.
Well, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
We've been doing some things. Not exactly cool. And you've been paying for it.
Yeah.
But the results.
Hey, you got lightning in the bottle.
The results could be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
They all die.
And they'll die.
It's the same thing. It's like, yeah, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Right.
Right? Like,
yeah.
Come on, guys.
I don't know. I looked up the Deepest Bluest lyrics.
I was hoping you would. Eh?
There is a lot of lyrics to this song.
Yeah.
It does go on quite a long time.
It's surprising, right?
My favorite part is like right mid-center of the song. He goes, take it deeper. Take it deeper.
Yep.
Repeats that a couple more times.
There's one here where it's like to a half-human predator created by a needle. Jet black eyes baby, they stare while you sleep. When your Titanic sinks, I'm the one you gonna meet. What? Having terrified screams, they surround my team. Now you have a team? What? All you see is trails of blood. Even God won't intervene. Nightmares of darkness. My appetite is heartless. Okay. Even if we related, you eliminated regardless. What?
Yeah.
You're gonna kill your own family? Like, what? Half man, half shark. My jaws don't fail.
Right after the deeper is these waters are waist level, always flooded. Lost your scuba gear. The killer's cold blooded. His name's LL.
Yes.
You don't really want it. I ate your ancestors. The ocean is haunted.
What? Like, what the fuck? But I was looking for that because when you said the take it deeper, I was like, I literally read this out to Michelle last night, and we were choking on this.
Man-made terror, hunger jaws of death. Yell, don't cross my depths. I'll pause your breaths. I cause you to sink down 40,000 leagues, bleeding to death with no arms and short sleeves.
I know! No arms, short sleeves! What the fuck are you saying?
Oh, man. I should be surprised. The song's called My Hat is like a shark's fin.
But then again, I guess, if you think about it, if, like, let's say my arm is off, right?
Yeah.
Then this sleeve, I mean, yeah, I guess I would be
yeah. What? Holy
There's so many.
Shit.
This one. Oh, yeah, here it is. The Titanic's hub, underwater storms. Your blood is so warm. Your life vest is off, and that turns me on. Oh, okay. Killer for centuries, the Gaudi of the deep. In the next millennium, I'm still gonna creep. Sand under my belly, ocean over my... You're the fucking ocean. Through the light in the shadows, you become the living dead. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, what are you singing?
God damn. Although I like that. Even if we related, you eliminated regardless. Okay, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other fish in the ocean, but barracudas ain't equal.
Yeah. What?
So, just the barracuda? Is that the only fish you could think of? Just that barracuda.
No, I got you one. Okay, here.
Oh, yeah,
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Killer sworn to beast. Swallowed them in flames. Okay, they ditched my DNA, tripped me into Cool J. I don't know what you're saying. I can't fight the feeling. Okay, I'm born to kill prey. Like, yes, greatest song ever.
Oh man,
thanks so much, guys. I can't get over this. This Camcast has been amazing. The Instaquestions are fucking awesome. I'm sorry we rambled on some other shit prior to that.
That's you know what? But we had
when I say sorry, I mean
we had Raspor Jonas join us this whole episode and chimed in. That was a lot of fun.
He chimed in with haven't you people ever heard of? Yeah, it goes in this gosh darn door. I think that's what.
Gosh darn.
Anyway, so Geek Panthers, thank you so much for joining us as always.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the likes and the subs and the blah blah blahs, the other cool things that the other guys say.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
You
YouTubers.
can play. Yeah.
But no, seriously, we appreciate it. We love
you
it.
can see us in places.
Yeah, everywhere. See us everywhere, except maybe not on X.
Yeah.
X soon enough. X gonna give it to you.
Oh, Elon Musk. Oh, why?
Whatever.
I bought Twitter so I could call it X.
Whatever. Fun.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I
cool.
couldn't help but I thought it was fun.
Yeah,
but seriously, you're gonna see us on YouTube. You're gonna see us on Facebook. You're gonna see us on Instagram. You're gonna see us on TwitXer. I don't know.
TwitXer.
TwitXer. You're gonna see us on GeekPantsMedia.com, Instagram as well, and you're also gonna see us on Google and Apple Podcasts, Audible, Spotify, and SoundCloud, and
all those podcast places.
I
GeekPantsMedia.com.
thought I said that, but I guess I didn't.
Did you? You might start with it.
Who cares?
You
said it.
I went back full circle.
Sometimes you just got to make sure things are done.
And I can't. I mean, that's a T-shirt right there.
You know, my head is like a shark's fin. It's
your head, well, better than your hat, I guess.
Yeah, my head is like a shark's fin. Then take it off.
Yeah, really.
Armless, sleeveless. Yes. It's kind of redundant. Man. The more I think
about it. It really is.
Of course it has.
And it goes on forever too. I don't like. LL took a long shit that night when he wrote this.
Yeah, but I said this to Michelle too. Is like he's never really been that good though.
No.
He came in at the perfect time. He was a product of his era, and it helped him launch his movie career. But he's kind of just mid all the way through.
Yeah.
I mean, good for him for making the money that he has. He's just made.
I didn't read the last line. It ends with, "Yeah, DBS."
Yes. Yeah.
These pancakes are delicious.